Oh, today's been a rough day at work. I need a margarita. It's just stressing. But in lighter news, I am trying to figure out my layout for the septic tanks here. So coming off from the house, I've got, see the pipe goes in this bucket right here, so I measure 20 feet out so I can do two 10-foot sticks. This line right here represents where the slab will be whenever we build the covered porch and dining room and everything. This comes 12 feet out. So this line actually out here would be the 20-foot line. This section here would be a tank inside here. And then I got to have 3 foot around the outside for digging and backfilling. My second tank would be right here. And this would be the line connecting them. And then my D box, the distribution box, would be over here somewhere. So I run a pipe out. The problem is you want water to flow into here, and if I had my outlet in this section, water would come in and just go right back out. So I really need to put it over on this side so the water comes in, it gets forced to get some sort of current going across and then out that way. I don't know how much of a big deal that is, but makes sense to me. So the other option is I put them in line. So here would be my first tank, and I do 3 foot, run a pipe in between these two. This would be my second tank. My lateral field is over there, so this makes more sense because then I can come out this way to the distribution box. I can come out this way to a distribution box, and that gets me a little bit closer to where my lateral fields are. Well, I don't know. I'm not looking forward to this. There's going to be so much rock I'm going to get into that I don't even know if I can do this without getting some beefier equipment, jackhammers and stuff like that. So I'll start digging here and see what I run into. I got my first little trench dug here. This is coming right off the house over to the tanks. So it went pretty smooth. I do have, there's a rock right there which I couldn't get up, and I didn't want to try and go too far because the problem is I dig it up here and it pops up 4 feet over here, 3 feet over there, and I end up with a really big hole. So I'm thinking I can see my pipe in there. I'm thinking this will go right over the top of that rock and then be okay. I get down here, I'm plenty deep. So right here I'm probably a good 36 inches down already. It's all fluffed in there in the bottom because I'm 6 inches. So I think I'm okay depth wise here. I'm hoping it stays this deep all the way out because 36 inches, that's halfway down already. I did have to pull a couple rocks up out of here, but nothing too bad. Well, as I thought would happen, hit nothing but rock. So I got all the loose stuff up on the top, but now I'm just hitting solid rock. I need to get a jackhammer or something and start wailing on it that way. So I hope I didn't mess up my hill right there. Rock flipped over and landed right on that. That's a bad thing about pulling rocks out like this, is that they're pretty dangerous. They can hit here and break your lines or mess up your sludge, I think is what's happened there. Hopefully it'll be okay. That was when this big sucker came up and fell right on it. So anyways, I knew I was going to run into this. It's just not fun because I've got to go twice as deep as I've already got right now, and it may be all rock. Another thing I lost here was one of my teeth popped off. These are just held in with a pin that goes to the side so that these can wobble back and forth. But somewhere in there, one of my teeth fell off. So hope I can find it and just replace that pin, because these are solid to the bucket. These are made to flex. It's somewhere over there. I'm pretty sure I popped up this big rock and I was working on the one below it. So I'm pretty sure it's right in this area, probably stuck in a rock somewhere. Okay, I got my site cleaned up. I'm not using any of the dirt that has come out of this because it's full of rocks. So I'll replace this with good clean dirt from the backfield that I'm scraping off right now. Yeah, same dirt that I'm filling all this up with to raise the ground level. So I don't have to dig through rock when I'm putting the lateral lines in, is why I'm raising that up. But I'd like to get my pipe installed through here and get that done and covered back up. And the Mini is in the shop right now because it was randomly dying on me the other day when I was trying to pull some trees, which I had that same problem last year and they were able to fix this. Hope they can fix it again here pretty quick. But I'm probably going to have to get a jackhammer attachment. But the Mini, I can reach the arm way down in there and jackhammer some of this rock. And then it's just going to be a long, slow process. So it is Tuesday. We've got rain. Not until next Wednesday. There wasn't any rain in the forecast. Now there's rain Wednesday, 60% chance. It would be great if I could get this done by then, but I just don't see it happening. I may pull the backhoe over on the south or west side here and try to dig this a different angle. So if you switch your angle, you may get a claw underneath one of the rocks. The problem is these rocks may end up being boulders. You know, if they're more than, the top layer seems to be almost like a shale layer. They're anywhere between 2 inches up to about a foot. And those, I can pop that top layer off, but then what's below it seems to be just solid rock. I ran into that in the house when I was doing the plumbing, and just luckily I was able to work around it, but I can't work around this. I've got to go straight down, and I've got to go down right here. So it doesn't really matter where I go down at, I'm going to hit this rock. Well, things got a little more complicated. Woke up this morning and my hole now has 6 inches of water in it. So I'm sure there's just groundwater coming through. So I got the pump in there and drain that out. Called about getting a jackhammer, and it was going to be 250 bucks a week. So I went on Amazon and bought one for 250 bucks. So I always look at how much it's going to cost me to rent something versus buy it. That's why I have a Bobcat and Mini X and things like that. As I read them so many times, I thought I could just buy one. And I've used them so much that renting them, I've already paid for them, several times over. Out here shooting some elevations on the lateral lines. I talked to the county again. I'm going to need one more lateral line. I was hoping I get away with 3, but I'm going to need to have 4. And as of right now, I'll have a 4-inch drop from the house to the tanks 20 foot away. And I can have a 4-inch drop from the next tank to the D-box out to the beginning of the lateral lines. I got to have them 100 foot long. So right about where the paint can is over there is where it will start. And then this tick mark here is at 80 foot. And unfortunately 100 foot is way out here. Here's my 100 foot mark. So I've got to bring my dirt mound out another 20 feet. Actually beyond that, because I need to go another 10 feet beyond that out to this line for so it doesn't start seeping out of the ground. So I've got to fill in quite a bit more dirt. I'm also, from up there by where the lateral line starts to this end, is still 18 inches low. Doesn't look like it, but it is. So I've got quite a bit more dirt to fill in here. And of course the Mini X is in the shop. And I hopped on the backhoe earlier, and then all of a sudden got really sluggish on me. It was working fine yesterday, now it's not wanting to work. So I'm thinking that may be, hopefully that is just a the hydraulic filter needs changed or something. It's not something more than that. Engine revs up fine, just when I put it in gear it'll go good for 20-30 feet, and then it bogs down and it doesn't want to work very well. So I really hope that's nothing major, but I'm trying to find filters for that right now. So right now it's a beautiful week and I can't get a dang thing done. Everything keeps breaking on me. So, oh, and the Mini X, they got it out there to the shop. So they hopped on it, been driving around for 45 minutes trying to make it die on them like it did with me, because the place likes to use my equipment to level out their gravel parking lot and to move stuff. So, I mean, it's aggravating, but they tell me it's, they want to make sure it's working before they send it back, which I can understand, but it's like you're going to give me credit for the wear and tear and the gas you're spending. But unfortunately I ran my line coming out of the house probably deeper than I needed to. I was worried about getting good flow inside the house. I got great flow in the house, but that means I got to have it deeper out here. So even though I bought the shallower tanks, I'm still going to have to dig down deeper than I wanted to be able to get the tanks in. Even the line I dug through here, it's close, but this rock right here that I was hoping I didn't have to take out, you can see part of it there and the other part of it's right there. This whole rock in here is going to have to come out, because my pipe would be sitting on top of it. I don't really want that to potentially break the pipe, but also that's going to get my grade off and I may end up with a belly going over that rock. So I got to take that rock out. The rest of this is good until I get down to here. The top of that mound right there is the top of my pipe, and right here is a rock. So you can see that rock really well right there, and it's a big one. I gotta take this guy out, and that looks like a pretty big damn rock. So especially with my equipment's not down, everything looks bigger. Yeah, as is life, kicking me when I'm down. Get ready to head into work here, and it's not every day you get a very bright moon behind you. It's a full moon last night, and on the other side you get a beautiful sunrise through the trees. Pretty cool. May not look that bright in the video, but it's a very bright moon.